Mike Kavanaugh with gaylifenyc.org, and I'm here with the amazing Jonathan Lovitz. How are you?
I'm great. Good to be here again.
I know. Awesome. And Jonathan is one of our Broadway Heroes of the Month, so thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay, now the most exciting news is Jonathan is starring in a new series on Logo called The Setup Squad. What's going on with that?
The Setup Squad premieres April 25th on Logo. We're taking over for RuPaul's Drag Race, so if you like that, you're going to love us. And the Setup Squad follows Wings, Inc., a company of New York City's finest wingmen and women who teach New York's most undateable people the art of sexy and how to use what they've already got to be A-plus daters in this very tough city.
Oh, really? And what qualifies you to be a good wingman?
Because I have been in the trenches. I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of New York City dating, and I think I've come out pretty well unscathed, so I'd like to use what I know to teach others.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit about the show. What's the format?
Setup Squad is an hour long each Monday at 10 p.m., and you are going to follow the stories of our fantastic clients who come to us looking for a little bit of cool school and game advice in the world of dating. You know, it's different than your average makeover show or matchmaking show where you go, all right, here's a new wardrobe, and now you're pretty and able to date. We really get to the heart of the issues of our clients and figure out what's kept them from having the boyfriend or girlfriend of their dreams on a deeper emotional, personal level. And then what's also fun is you get to see the drama unfold at Wings, Inc. as a company, which is a team of 4 women and myself. So you can imagine there's quite a bit of drama there.
Awesome. So tell us a little advice. What should someone do if they want to try and pick someone up? What's a little advice?
You know what? My first rule that I tell all of my clients is always be yourself. New York City is a town full of actors, and we can smell through someone's performance right away. So when everyone's spending so much time on a date trying to give us what they think we want to hear, that's not who we want to ultimately end up with. Be yourself. Show us who you really are. Oh, and turn your damn cell phone off. There's nothing more important happening via text message than this date right now.
It's so important. And do you think you could help me?
I don't think you need any help. Come on.
Oh my God. The only way he could help me is if he took a sledgehammer and had a car waiting.
Oh, please. No, my friend. You need no help whatsoever.
Very, very sweet. So tell me, what's next for you?
For me personally, I'm really quite honored and excited that I'm going to be traveling the country quite a bit. I am appearing at both Houston and Orlando Pride this year, as well as appearing at some other cities for speaking engagements on LGBT equality and bullying and some causes that really matter to my heart. And I also hope to be a part of this year's Broadway Bears, as I always have, and contribute to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, which, along with Gay Life NYC, are 2 very important causes in my life.
We love Broadway Bears, and we're so glad that you do that, and we have a little footage we're going to show of you. Remember when you did Pan?
Oh, how could I ever forget? I'm still getting glitter out of the bottom of my shower.
Oh, that's awesome. So tell us, what do you look for when you're dating?
You know, I realized in my experiences in New York that I was looking for what I think most guys were looking for, the hottest guy in the room, but looks fade. And as I'm getting older and I'm developing my tastes and understanding my own relationships, I want something that's got a lot more staying power. And a man that makes you laugh at the end of the day and who shares your values and the things that you're looking for, that's who you want to end up with. Looks are wonderful, but they fade.
That's great. See, and sometimes I look really good. If you just kind of go like this, I don't look so bad. Just try that. Okay, Jonathan, I planned a little surprise for you. Now that you're a dating expert, Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, what I want you to do is rate these pickup lines from 1 to 10.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay. Do you sleep on your stomach? No? Can I?
I'm going to go with a 4 on that one.
How many drinks do I have to buy you till I look good?
Oh, so many casting directors in town use that one. That one's only a 6.
There's something wrong with my cell phone. It doesn't have your number in it.
See, I like that one. That's one I would tell my clients to use. That one's pretty funny. I'll give that an 8.
I'm not this tall. I'm sitting on my wallet.
I like that. On pure comedy, that's a 5.
Okay. You be Dairy Queen and I'll be Burger King. You treat me right and I'll do it your way.
Wow. I actually like that one. That's pretty inventive. That's an 8.
Okay. And I don't mean to impress you, but I'm Batman.
Well, then I'd just be really terrified. That's only a 2.
Okay, so a couple of those were mine, just so you know. Okay. So now we know why I'm single. So, Jonathan, I think one of the hardest things to deal with is being HIV positive. And when do you feel you need to disclose that to someone if you're trying to hook up or trying to meet someone? Is it right away? Do you go on a date first? What is the proper protocol, do you think?
Honesty is always the key. But I think it's really important, and as someone who has interacted with several clients who are HIV positive, it's important to remember that, especially in 2011, you don't need to wear that on your sleeve. That doesn't need to be the number one identifying factor about you. There is something to be said for, a timely discussion, especially before things get really intimate. But that doesn't need to be what the conversation leads with, because that doesn't define your life anymore. I think it's just really important that everyone always understands the rules about playing safe and taking care of each other and respecting each other. And at that point, it's just about understanding your partner and making sure that you're always open and honest.
If you want to see Jonathan Lovitz in hopefully a lot of muscle shirts hooking up people with other people, then you need to check out Logo, 10 o'clock on Monday nights, 9 o'clock Central, and you're going to have a blast, aren't you?
I'm feeling the luckiest kid on earth. I'm on cloud nine. This is an amazing experience.
Awesome. So please watch Jonathan. Now, Jonathan made national news a couple months ago when you got out of jury duty for doing something very, very brave. He actually stood up when they asked him why he shouldn't be serving jury duty, and he said, well, I feel like by being a second-class citizen, not being able to be married, that I cannot fulfill my duties. It got national news, international news. What possessed you to do that at that point?
When you go into jury duty in the state of New York, you have to watch this video with Diane Sawyer and pals about how lucky you are to be an American and how fortunate you should feel that you're a part of the system. And serving on jury duty is this great equalizer that brings us all together. And it struck a chord with me because I realized, no, we're not equal. Least of all in this room that defends people that do all kinds of horrible, heinous crimes, but can still get married and can still be afforded the rights that gay men and women in New York can't. And when it came time, after we had just sworn an oath about, to speak the truth, and they asked, could I be impartial on the case that I was presented, I said, not really, and it has nothing to do with my being gay or a defendant being straight. It has to do with the fact that this is a legal system that doesn't value my input to society as much as anybody else's. So in the same respect that I agree that everyone should serve jury duty and should pay their taxes and be a part of these fantastic obligations to society that keep us free, when you're given the opportunity to stand up and say what you believe in and you don't, then you set everyone back. You're given the opportunity to stand up and defend how you really feel. Do it. Because you'll get a room full of people talking, and that's all you can ask for.
People are talking. So, Jonathan, I really want to say that you are a true hero. You're not just our Broadway hero, but you're a hero to the world. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
Thank you. It's very kind of you. And all I can ask is that people keep the conversation going. It's really easy for all of us to agree at a pride rally or an equality march because we're already sold on the idea. It's when you can get a room full of people who don't agree with you to find some common ground and understand that we are all fighting the same fight for equality. That's when change happens.
Awesome. Jonathan, you rock. Thank you so much for being with us at gaylifenyc.org.
Thank you so much for having me. gaylifenyc.org means a lot to me, and the work you do is fantastic.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Jonathan D. Lovitz from Logo TV. Thanks so much for watching gaylifenyc.org. I hope you'll watch me on Logo's Setup Squad Mondays at 10. And remember, like we all believe at gaylifenyc.org, have fun, play safe, and make good choices. See you soon.